Hey folks, welcome to another edition of the American Prospector. I'm Ken. I'm out here on the beautiful Bear River with my son Sam today, and we decided to do some prospecting a little bit earlier today. Found us a nice hole right here that we started working back into the bank a little bit. So what we've done is we've cleared out most of the roots and most of the overburden, and we've started to run some of the dirt down through our classifying system. Now I want to show you just for a couple of minutes. What I've done here is I've built some classifiers. So this is just a loud screen. You can buy this at Home Depot. It's about, I don't know, $5 or something for a big panel of this, and then you can cut it to whatever size you want. What I've done is I've taken PVC and I just reinforced it with some duct tape just to help out, but I do have elbows in here so it all holds together. And then you guys saw this from Dan Bethel at Iron Mining when we went up there and worked with Dan. I built this. It's just a tote lid, and we put some window screen in behind it. It works really good just to kind of classify some of the little stuff out. And then I'm actually running a third piece today because I'm finding a lot of really fine stuff, and this is smaller window screen, and so I've just got that on a wood frame. What I do is I take and stack all three of these up in here, and after you get the classifying system together, what you can do is just come over to your hole and pull up a nice good bunch of dirt. Throw that in the top, and you see how sticky that is. That's clay, and clay is a good sign. You want as much clay as you can because that's what traps the floor. And so I'll just break that up and work it out a little bit. And if you get a view down here down the sluice box, you can see how it's working that fine material off the top, and the heavier stuff is going to settle down in behind the ripples and into the miner's moss. So we'll keep working this here for a little bit, and when we're ready for a clean out, we'll show you what we got. Alright folks, so we're down here. We've been working this hole for, I don't know, a couple hours now, and we got down to what we would call a clay layer that's way down underneath all the overburden and probably just on top of the bedrock. And what happens is don't look past this clay. It's really important when you find clay like this that you take the time and work it, because what happens is as the gold starts to travel down, it'll get wedged into that clay layer, and it'll just sit there and keep working itself down against the bedrock. So take the time, pick up that clay, get it into your classifier, start working it down, and you might have to take some water and really break it apart like this, but when you do, you'll see that all that dark sand is going down into your sluice box, and where the dark sand is, that's where the gold's going to be. So keep working that down, get it all worked out, and hopefully there's a bunch of gold in this. So got back off the river today, and we've had a pretty hard day. We dug a lot of dark, thick mud along the banks of the Bear River. And after we came home, we cleaned up a bunch of our concentrates, got it down to just the bare necessities, and I wanted to share with you the results. It wasn't quite what I thought it was, but I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised at what sits in this pan. And I'm going to share with you a little bit about how we got to it. So hang tight. Let's take a look at what we got in the pan. So we're just going to start working some of that black sand off, and you can see there's already a flake of gold here on the top. And I happened to notice earlier today when I started pulling this stuff back to see just how good we had done. Look in here, Sam. Can you see the flakes starting to pop up?
Yeah.
So we'll keep working this back. Keep working it back. Keep working it back. And really the key here, folks, is as you're working this black sands back, don't get in too big of a hurry. Take your time. This is almost kind of like finding a buried treasure, if you will. You know, you want to take your time and not rush right through it. Because what's going to happen is this black sand is going to pull back. The gold's heavier, and it should stay pretty much put, but you can wash it out of your pan if you're not careful. So again, I want to just share with you, if you start looking here, you can see that gold starting to pop up in different places. We'll just keep working that back, and we should start seeing a pretty good deposit around the edge. Oh, there's a couple of nice big flakes in there, Sam. Look at that. We'll keep working it, keep working it.
It might be pyrite.
No, most of that pyrite's going to move off the top. Now, don't be fooled by it, folks, because there is pyrite around. And that's what they used to call fool's gold. But look around here on the edges. And look right here. You can see this mound starting to clean off pretty good right through here. Yeah. Sometimes Sam and I like to take and move that gold back up a little bit so it doesn't try to escape on us. Otherwise, I tell you, keep your fingers out of it, because you'll end up losing more gold than what it's worth. Hang on, bud. So let's just keep working this down. Let's see if we can pull some of this back for you. Look right up there against the edge. Can you see that gold starting to come up? Look at that flake just popped right up here. That's a nice big Bear River flake right there. Yep, there's a couple more pieces in there too. But we'll keep working this back. And the important thing is, as you start working that black sand off, don't be afraid to just kind of shake it back into place. You can work it off again. We'll just keep working that wall. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look, Sam, look how much gold's in that pan. Look how much gold. Now all the way around the outside here, guys. Look at all that gold.
There's also, we call them ice cubes. It's right here in the middle.
All that gold showing up in there, guys. Boy, what I thought was a pretty dismal day looks to me like turned out to be a pretty good day on the river. Wow. Look at all the way around the outside here. Now, typically I wouldn't work that fast, but I wanted to share with you the gold and show you exactly how much gold's in here. You know, even back up in here in the tops, you're going to see a bunch of really good small micros or flour gold. Pay attention to that and don't rush it. Okay, we're going to keep working this back, and we'll get back with you here in just a minute. See, we've got a nice big old stash of gold in here, and pretty happy with today's results. We spent about 6 hours panning through or digging through some clay, and you can see we've got gold all the way throughout our pan here, and this is the final goes of it. I bet there's probably, oh, I don't know, there's some weight in there. I couldn't tell you exactly how much without getting it on a scale, but pretty happy with today's clean out. And you can take a look at some of those flakes in there. There's some nice flakes you can see here. Pretty good sesame seed size, and I got another nice one right here. And that's all throughout there, and that's some of that gold that we're finding up there on the Bear River. So we're pretty happy with our results, and we're going to keep working that stuff and see if we can't pull some more of this stuff out of there. Last weekend I know a couple of guys pulled a couple of small pickers out. Nothing of huge size, but probably a little bit bigger than sesame seed, and pretty good thickness to it. So anyway, bottom line here, as we wrap up another episode of the American Prospector is get out there on the river, have fun, dig deep, dig hard, put some elbow grease into it, and you're gonna get the reward. So spend some time, find a good area, keep working that area, and don't give up. Even like I said, you know, if you look at my blog, I was pretty worried that we weren't going to have very much gold, and as you can see by the results of this pan, we did pretty good. So back at you next time. We'll be out on the river again, and looking forward to seeing hopefully a couple of you guys out there. Don't forget to take a look at our website, www.theamericanprospector-com.webs.com. You're going to find our blog. You're going to find links to helpful things out there in the world of prospecting. Don't forget to go out to our Facebook page and like us, and that is www.facebook.com/The American Prospector. Until next time, guys, the American Prospector signing off. One more thing I want to do. Before I wrap this session up, I promised a really special guy out in Utah I'd give him a quick shout out. So to my nephew, Ben Velasquez, shout out, Holmes. What's up? You'll have to come out here and find some gold with me.